Alleged Super TV CEO's murder. How I discovered the victim's corpse. The security guard at the apartment where Yusufo Ataga, Super TV chief executive officer, was allegedly murdered on Tuesday said he was the person who discovered the corpse of the victim. The security guard, Abubakar Mohammed, said this while testifying before a Lagos High Court sitting at the Tafawa Balewa Square. Mohammed gave evidence as the second prosecution witness in the trial of an undergraduate, Chidinma Ojukwu, first defendant, and two others for Ataga's murder. Ojukwu is facing trial along with her sister Chioma Ebuchu and one Adedakpo Quadri. At the resumed hearing, the witness narrated to the court how the defendant lodged at the apartment where he worked as security man on Sunday, June 13. According to him, his employer Nkechi Mobo informed him of a client who had contacted her for an apartment. He said when the defendant showed up, he took her to inspect the place and later gave her the keys to the apartment when his employer gave him the instructions to do so. Mohammed further narrated how Yusufo Ataga, victim, came to the apartment later in the night, the same 13th of June. The witness said the victim drove in a dark-colored Range Rover SUV and was allowed into the premises when the defendant came out of the gate and said, "He is my person." He also said that the defendant, which is Chidinma, and the victim went out that night and came back at about 11:30 p.m. The defendant asked me to open the gate so that the victim would park his vehicle inside the premises, which I did. On Tuesday night by 8 p.m., the defendant with Chidinma came out and entered an Uber car and went out. I stayed outside till 12 a.m. waiting for her to return, but she didn't, so I went to bed. On Wednesday, the vehicle that collects refuse came, so I told the cleaner named Confidence to bring out all the dustbin from the apartments. Confidence came back and told me that the door at the defendant's apartment was open. I went there, called out the man that's the victim, but there was no answer. I tried to push the door, but something was blocking it. I peeped through the narrow opening and saw the victim's dead body on the floor. My employer called me talking about another client whose rent has expired. I then told her about the incident. The witness narrated. The witness also narrated how his employer informed the police and how he was taken to the police station to make his statements. He also told the court that while the defendant was at the apartment, she called him one night with a new number and not the private number she usually called with. Mohammed said when the body was discovered, he stored that particular number on his phone and checked it on WhatsApp. The witness said he discovered that the profile picture on that phone was the defendant's own, that is Chidinma. He screenshot the picture and saved. According to him, he changed his profile picture and sent a WhatsApp message to the defendant, after which the defendant removed her profile picture. Mohammed said he gave the information to his employer. He also narrated how the defendant called him with a private number asking about the victim's car. Mohammed said, "Immediately I noticed she was the one calling. I asked why she had not returned since she went out. She answered that she went for a meeting and will be back." Mohammed was led in evidence by the prosecution counsel Adeyinka Adeyemi, who is the Lagos State Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP. However, due to time, the judge, Justice Yetunde Adesanya, adjourned the case until Wednesday for cross-examination. NAN reports that the three defendants were arraigned on October 12 on 9 counts preferred against them by Lagos State government. Ojukwu and Quadri are facing the first to 8 counts bordering on conspiracy, murder, stabbing, forgery, making of bank statements, and stealing. The third defendant, Ebuchu, is facing the 9th count of stealing iPhone 7 belonging to the late Ataga. The first and second defendants were alleged to have conspired and murdered Ataga on June 15, 2021 by stabbing him severally with a knife on the neck and chest. The alleged murder took place at number 19 Adewale Oshin Street, Lekki Phase 1, Lagos. The duo were also accused of committing forgery by procuring and making bank account statements purported to have been made by the deceased. Well, the story is still ongoing, and of course, it has been adjourned to Wednesday. So, what do you think about this case? 9 counts preferred against them. Of course, they already have 8, and the one person is having 1 for stealing iPhone 7. What do you think about the whole incident going on? Chidinma and of course the Ataga family. Are they going to let this go, or are they going to pursue it to the end of it? Let's see and let's find out. Tell us your thoughts about the whole incident. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We'll be giving you back-to-back news and every other thing you can ever imagine. I am your one and only Miss B. Stay tuned and thanks for coming.